In early February 2019, this game came out called Apex Legends. In its first week, 25 million people had played it, making a bigger splash than your mum with some Michael Bublé concert tickets. Apex is another one of these Battle Royale games, where a bunch of people shoot at each other like it's the 4th of July at a redneck trailer park to become the last one standing in an area that shrinks faster than the gene pool at a redneck trailer park. Now, as the saying goes, with great popularity comes a great number of people trying to milk it for all it's worth. And the undisputed king at the moment is Fortnite, having achieved way more than any other jizz sock with Battle Royale in the title. And it is so fucking annoying that Fortnite might be the greatest game of all time. Oi! Gather round, kids! Grandpa Comire is going to tell you a story called A Brief History of Battle Royale Games. Once upon a time, there was a film adaptation of a novel about the government making a bunch of high schoolers fight to the death. The film received praise from like a bajillion Japanese people, human centipede stunt double Quentin Tarantino, and a man clearly fascinated by child murder yet paranoid about the government. He renamed himself PlayerUnknown. Jump forward to 2012, a video game called Arma 2 received a mod called DayZ. And then PlayerUnknown made a further mod for DayZ the following year called DayZ Battle Royale. Because there's no greater compliment to a game designer than some random changing your game's assets and rules because they're better at having fun than you. PlayerUnknown moved the mod onto Arma 3 and in 2015 officially worked with another shooter to create H1Z1 King of the Hill. In March 2017, after working with a South Korean company known as Bluehole Studios, Steam Early Access received a standalone Battle Royale game called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, a name you can only assume was inspired by the George Foreman Grill or Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG, was an instant smash. It sold 1 million copies in just over 2 weeks, solidified the Battle Royale archetype, and caught the attention of every other developer in existence like a pair of yoga pants at San Diego Comic-Con. Epic Games at the time were working on a multiplayer online battle arena game called Paragon, and this shooty, buildy zombie survival game called Fortnite. They saw PUBG's popularity and moved the majority of his resources like a womanizer in a divorce settlement to fit in a Battle Royale game inside the ladder, splitting the game into 2 parts. Fortnite Battle Royale came out in 2017, before PUBG made it out of early access and onto Xbox. And despite being a blatant ripoff, with character designs hitting that highly coveted sweet spot between The Sims, Disney Infinity and a second-hand costume shop, that under any other circumstance would have been laughed into fucking oblivion, Fortnite Battle Royale gained 10 million players in a fortnight, popularised a dance that every 7-year-old would perform on demand for the next 12 months, and swallowed up Paragon and saved the world like an embryo devouring its twins just after escaping the womb. Fortnite is a mod of a mod of a mod of a mod that, in any other lifetime, became 100 Waluigis with cat ears and massive tits shooting guns that fire mini Thomas the Tank Engines. And at best, it was an afterthought. The tumor spawn of a Fox Kids rate zombie survival game that had tree houses instead of originality. And chasing popularity over innovation only deepened when they released the creative mode, which puts a Fortnite character in their own personal area, like Minecraft, for them to make and share their own games, like Little Big Planet or Super Mario Maker. Because if you rip off one person, it's plagiarism. But if you rip off everyone, it's an influence. PUBG Corporation dropped a steaming hot copyright infringement case against Fortnite, just to remind everyone they were the ones that popularised the game mechanic in the same way auto-tune got popular in R&B, or getting pregnant by a rapper got popular in R&B. Now the idea of owning a gameplay mode or genre by legal copyright is fucking ridiculous. Imagine if Sonic the Hedgehog or Spyro the Dragon couldn't be invented because the original Donkey Kong copyrighted platform games. Or there were 700,000 different names for Deathmatch because Doom used the term first and no one wanted to give this guy enough money to buy a shirt with sleeves. Thankfully, PUBG soon dropped the lawsuit, seemingly satisfied to have protected their intellectual property while setting a legal precedent for no one to ever try that shit ever again. I don't know about you, but the Battle Royale concept is the biggest, funnest, most addictive creative spark in gaming since everyone smashed up the sandbox to cull one out in the open world. And we, the gamers, are here on the ground floor, eagerly watching it develop, make its mistakes and adapt more times than the Spider-Man movies. Being part of this time in history is one of the many cool things about Battle Royale, like crossplay. Gamers love the idea of playing a game on one console and connecting to another player on a different one. But until now, the main video games that let the Slytherins and the Gryffindors loose on the same Quidditch pitch are Minecraft, a game with a lower screen resolution than a Nokia 3310 seen through a black hole, and Rocket League, a game that thinks when humanity invents flying cars, the first thing it'll do is make them play sports. But for the longest time, Sony didn't share its toys with the other kids, insisting everyone has to come to their sleepovers like a Catholic priest listing the various disadvantages of all the other Christianities. That is, until everyone started unwrapping their brand new Fortnite toys and publicly paraded how much fun they were having together with enough implied finger pointing at Sony to pleasure a particularly horny pair of Crocs. Sony eventually acquiesced and worked on implementing crossplay between PlayStation and the other consoles, marking the first time a game containing a man with a burger for a head forced the people that make your TV spend time and resources doing something they clearly didn't want to do. And you think Fortnite stopped waving a giant foam middle finger at the status quo there? Fuck no! On Nintendo Switch, Fortnite players can speak to each other through the game, rather than through the smartphone app like every other video game. You know, the way God intended. Through Fortnite's success, Epic Games launched an online store for PC games, directly competing with Steam to become the #1 place to wait on a 7-minute update to finish before opening the actual game. And, perhaps most insane of all, Fortnite Battle Royale is free to download and play. Yet somehow you can walk into a shop and buy Fortnite. A free game. Sold. In stores. In what world does that make a lick of sense? Somehow a game that costs less than oxygen made enough dollar to convince all 3 major console makers to create their own special Fortnite bundles during holiday 2018. Show me an economist that can explain how that is remotely possible, and I will show you a con man not to be trusted or a witch ready to be burned at the stake. Players are able to buy things within the game, like character costumes, accessories, and enough dance moves to attract a lawsuit or two, mainly as part of a battle pass. You see, every few months, Fortnite Battle Royale enters a new season that changes the world and introduces a new theme, like space or superheroes. Buying a battle pass with the in-game currency V-Bucks, which can be earned through challenges or bought with real money, gives players access to that season's stuff. Now, ever since Mega Upload went up the spout, the video game industry has been toying with the episodic video game, i.e. releasing a video game story in scheduled chunks, like seen in Life is Strange, Hitman, and anything from Telltale Games. It's not a 100% stupid way of doing things. A developer can keep a general audience playing for longer, tweak future episodes with feedback from previous ones, and build excitement for the next episode like a kid expecting a standing ovation every day he remembers to change his pants. However, people barely finish video games that release in full. There's less guarantee people will come back for a second episode than a man caught smashing his pickaxe outside a Zumba fitness class and not becoming Twitter's new #MeToo whipping boy. Now the developers sold episode 1 at a fraction of the price and are obliged to finish 2 through 5 to increasingly diminishing returns. Well fucking done, sign the sex offenders register on the dotted line, please. Enter Fortnite, a game that doesn't end after 3 hours and has a progress loop that feeds back into itself, which incentivizes continual play. Completing in-game challenges earns V-Bucks. V-Bucks buys the Battle Pass gives more challenges. Chuck in the occasional volcano, a sudden ice age, or a dimensional rift, and you have a system so addictive the world may never need a sequel or crack cocaine ever again. Thank you very much. Games as a service is a thing. We still need your signature, sir. You've publicly fucked everyone's wallets. But perhaps the best thing about Fortnite is the love and imagination from a generation of people. When Bethesda put out a glorified mod, it didn't so much unify the player bases as it did remind everyone that paying for an unprofessional mess will probably bite you in the ass. But a silly, colourful, technically competent shooting game? We're looking at a cultural phenomenon that identifies a generation like the Pokemon of its day. And I wish that joining together in that beautiful sentiment was enough. But I am 1000% confident that everyone would agree it would be so much cooler to jump into a match with 25 PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and PC players, and literally have the console war while trying to convince everyone else we're better than in the first place! Rant over.